Well, I come up here close to here called White Oaks. A friend bought this place up here a while back, and I help him from time to time on stuff. He's right in the mountains. The elevation of these mountains probably about 7,000 or 8,000 feet. Anyway, he wants a little deck on the front of his house right here. I put that screen door on for him. But right there is where we're going to put about a 12-foot deck. And I'm waiting on the metal for the roof, but I've got it ordered. But I've got all the material I brought up this morning. It's been raining up here, so I won't do much today. I'm probably going to chop some of those weeds out along the wall so I can put a plate on that wall to support the porch. And I just down at the house last night, Susie and I tarped this down real good, and I guess it's a good thing. We had a pretty good rain last night, and it's all redwood posts and joists, and the decking material is all made out of redwood, and the rafters. And I'll put wafer board on top of the rafters just as a dampening effect for the sheet iron. Because when it rains or if a hailstorm comes, it's really loud on that metal. That wafer board helps dampen the sound where it's not so noisy. Try to match these little porches that originally was put on here, but this will be just a lot bigger up against this wall. He come out here and sit and have a view of the mountains of a morning, and it's facing south, so it'll be warm here. This little wall will put out a lot of heat, and give him a nice warm place to sit. I've rode these mountains. Well, Susie and I have rode these mountains a lot years ago. There's a lot more people up here now than there used to be. There's a lot of artists and people that do pottery and stuff moving into this area. This White Oaks is an old gold mining town back in the days of Billy the Kid. I'm looking west now towards the Valley of the Fires is straight west of here, about 10-15 miles. And to the east is Lincoln, New Mexico, and Capitan on the other side of those hills a good ways, and Fort Stanton. It's always the area of the Lincoln County War a long time ago, when Susie's great-grandparents come in this area, I think a little bit after that, in the late 1800s. And they settled south of here about 60 or 70 miles. They had a hotel in Alamogordo. But this is where that Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid and all them people had their adventures for a while, fighting over who knows what. I don't know exactly what was going on. Some people say it was a fight between the Democrats and the Republicans, which it might be true. That has happened a lot. But I just showing some pictures here. I'm going to chop those weeds out a little bit, and then I'm going to probably head on back home. This is a nice, quiet area. There's not a lot of people back in here, but there's more than there used to be when we used to ride up here a long time ago. It's got a pretty steep roof for the snow load, because they do get some snow up in these mountains. But I won't have to get up on that. The porch roof will be about the same pitch. He's got a few outbuildings here. A pretty nice place. He just bought it not too long ago, and just a place for a kind of a getaway place for him to come up here. He's not really moved in real good yet, I don't think. Susie and I come around that ridge up there just below those cliffs a long time ago after they had a big fire, 15, probably almost 20 years ago. And we come around the bottom of those cliffs. There's an old trail, and rode up on top and then back down. We were parked on the other side of those mountains at another access. Most of this area in here is inaccessible because it's landlocked. It's hard to get in. People all along the road, people's acquired the property, and they don't really like people unless they know you traveling, because some of it's national forest around here. But it's hard to get into because of the people that's kind of got it blocked more or less. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I understand it. You get a lot of beer drinkers and partiers wanting to come back in here, and they leave their beer cans and their cigarette butts behind. It looks like there's a pretty good storm. We had a good rain last night, but there's a pretty good storm coming, so I probably won't get much done today. I'll get back up here in the next few days and help him out with that deck. And I thought you might want to know what it looks like up here. I don't have any pictures of the town. I think Susie's got pictures of the town she's put up before. It's not much left. There's an old bank building and an old beer joint. They call it a saloon. It's a beer joint. But the bikers come through here a lot. They have a big rally over at Ruidoso once a year, about this time of year. It's probably getting ready to happen. And a lot of them like to come up here to the White Oaks and take pictures because there's old two-story buildings, Victorian-style buildings that those miners, when they struck it rich, they had big houses built. Some of them, they're not very many. And they come up here to that saloon, or they call it a saloon, it beer joint. And I think they have bands that come up here and play once in a while, but it's a popular place for the tourists. That's kind of why we don't ride up here much anymore. There's just a lot of traffic, and we kind of like get reclusive places where nobody's at when we ride. Anyway, that's about all for now. Thank you.